Okay, previous video we saw static malware analysis. In this, let's see what is a dynamic malware analysis. After preparing test bed and static analysis, it's time for dynamic analysis. In dynamic analysis, the malware is executed on a system to understand its behavior after infection. This type of analysis requires a safe environment such as virtual machines and sandboxes to determine the spreading of malware. Dynamic analysis consists of two stages: system baselining and host integrity monitoring. In system baselining, it refers to taking a snapshot of the system at the time of malware analysis begins. The main purpose of system baselining is to identify significant changes from the baseline state. The system baseline includes details of the file system, registry, open ports, network activity, etc. Host integrity monitoring. Host integrity monitoring involves taking a snapshot of the system state using the same tools before and after analysis to detect changes made to the entities residing on the system. Host integrity monitoring includes the following: port monitoring, process monitoring, registry monitoring, Windows services monitoring, startup programs monitoring, event logs monitoring, installation monitoring, files and folders monitoring, device drivers monitoring, network traffic monitoring, DNS monitoring, and API calls monitoring. So let's look at the port monitoring. We can use TCP view and netstat to monitor the ports during dynamic analysis. So netstat command is explained here. So netstat, you can give various switches or options like -a, -e, -n, or -o, -p, and then the protocol. This protocol can be TCP or UDP, ICMP, and so on. And then the -r switch, -s switch. You can also specify the interval. So -a, it displays all active TCP connections and the TCP and UDP ports on which the computer is listening. -e displays Ethernet statistics such as number of bytes and packets sent and received. This parameter can be combined with -s. -n displays active TCP connections. However, addresses and port numbers are expressed numerically and no attempt is made to determine the names. -o displays active TCP connections and includes the process ID for each connection. You can find the application based on the PID in the process tab in Windows Task Manager. This parameter can be combined with -a, -n, and -p. -p proto. It shows the connection for protocol specified by this parameter. In this case, protocol can be TCP, UDP, TCP v6, or UDP v6. If this parameter is used with -c to display statistics, -s. This is to display statistics by protocol. So examples are shown here to combine -p and -s. If you give netstat -ps UDP, it shows the statistics for the UDP as shown here, like how many datagrams are received, how many ports, any receiving errors, datagram sent. Second netstat -ps TCP, it produced the below output. TCP statistics for IPv4, how many active open connections, passive open connections, failed connection attempts, reset connections, current connections, segments received, segments sent, segments retransmitted, and what are the active connections. Actually, it, I have shown only few connections, but there were many more. Okay, so minus S, which displays the statistics by protocol, which we saw in here. And then minus R displays the contents of the IP routing table. This is equivalent to root print command. TCP view. TCP view is a Windows program that shows detailed listing of all TCP and UDP endpoints on the system, including the local and remote addresses and the state of the TCP connections. So this is about port monitoring. In the next video, we will see other monitoring types.